Hi, I'm Zella Karafis. I'm an international etiquette consultant, and I decided for my first long form YouTube video to make this trend that I've been seeing of like things that I find chic. I try to chase chic as often as I can throughout my professional and personal life. So I thought this video would be a fun way to break the ice into long form videos without making it solely about etiquette, although there will be etiquette involved in my takes. The first thing I'm going to do is describe my definition of chic. I think chic is it's an air about someone that is elegant, and it's an aura they portray as sophisticated, cultured, confident, and tasteful. So that is what my definition is. Elegant people have a flair for what is valuable. There is an element of curation to being chic. Like, some things are natural and those can be personality traits, but I think chic is taking those things that you're good at and then creating them, stylizing them into a way that's effortless and easy and elegant for you. So elegant people have a flair for things that are valuable. And this is not to be mistaken with things that are expensive, because value and cost isn't always synonymous, though often they are correlated. I think it is much more fabulous to have one amazing coat that is really high quality, even though you perhaps had to save money to pay for it, than 10 coats that are going to go out of fashion, look less expensive or less high quality, more importantly, and are going to be items that are forgettable. This also relates to personal things like friendships. It's really nice to have a few great friends that you know you can confide in, rather than know 20 people that would never give you a ride to the airport if you asked. So that is my one overarching theme, is quality over quantity. I think that all of these subcategories could still be tied back to this overarching tenet. Avoid saving your best for an occasion. Use your best every single day. Your life is the special occasion. The fact that you have something fantastic that you'd like to utilize is the occasion. For example, now, people don't want to keep, say, your grandmother's china sets. Like, do you remember in the 1950s how our grandmothers had like 10 different china sets for different occasions, and they were always in the china cupboard or the armoire, collecting dust and never being used. I think that now we can flip that and take those things that are valuable, take those things that are good quality, and use them every single day. I apply this to jewelry. I apply this to definitely cutlery. Like, my mother at my house, the house I grew up in, she inherited silver, like real silver cutlery, forks, knives, etc., from my great grandmother, and she uses them every day. Like, they're dishwasher safe, actually, and you can just use them. Why wait for Christmas when you can literally eat off of a silver plate every single day? So the example doesn't have to be that extreme, but it can be like, if you have a pretty dress that you want to wear but you think it is too nice, just use it. What's the worst that can happen? Is that it rips or tears? That's unfortunate, but if you never use it and you only use it once a year, yeah, it might never rip or tear, but you'll never be able to enjoy it. This one's a little bit obscure. I learned it from my friend Helen, who is incredibly chic. And she did this when we went to a restaurant. I thought it was I got such a kick out of it that I implemented it into my daily life. So sometimes you'll go to a restaurant, and at least in New York, and on the bottom of the receipt, almost like a writing pad, they'll have a customized postcard, a personalized postcard with like a picture of the building, and it's a real postcard, right? And usually you just return it with the receipt. It's usually has a paper clip on it, and I don't know, the restaurant throws it away, they reuse it. Okay, what if you kept the postcard and wrote a note to someone about the moment and mailed it off. Like I said, my friend Helen did this. We were having a beautiful brunch, and they used a postcard, and she said, all right, let's write something to my parents. And we wrote a little note. I said, I love Helen. We're having the best brunch. We got the French toast with the special vanilla bean butter, etc. I even went to the extent of buying stamps from like the United States Postal Service, keeping them in my purse. So I keep stamps in my handbag, and every time I go to a restaurant and they give me a postcard, I write down an address of someone that I want to just say hi to, and I send them a postcard. And this even inspired me to start collecting my friends' addresses and putting them in my phone so that I will always have someone handy to think about when I want to write a postcard to. Number 4, keeping mystery. So this goes back to like the personality, the core self of being chic. There is typically an air of mystique to someone who is elegant or chic. And I think this stems from the confidence of knowing that they like themselves and not being desperate to overshare and thereby connect with someone else. This might not be for everyone. We're all different in how we interact with people. Some people wear their heart on their sleeves, and that is not necessarily what I'm talking about. But I think not letting all of your cards show and letting people get to know you, letting them understand that your time, your energy, I mean, what a privilege. It's all really that we have in this world as an individual. And thinking about your energy like a currency and thinking about being discerning about how you want to invest that currency when you interact with others. And I think that this really provides an air of mystery to someone because it allows whoever is observing you, is getting to know you, to think, wow, like I can't wait to discover more. That's that je ne sais quoi. It's really I think exciting in an understated way. Number 5, reading books. I'm not self-help. I'm not here to like optimize you. We all know the benefits of reading. I'll give you a couple though. My favorite thing about reading is that it broadens your lexicon and you thereby become a much more eloquent person and you sound more sophisticated. Chic. Reading will take you to places that you've never been before. It exposes you to experiences and feelings that you've never felt before and that you would never have the experience, that you would never have the opportunity of feeling if you didn't have it through another character's perspective. So I think that it's really chic not only to be a voracious reader, but also to read actual books. I love that. I love like seeing someone on the train reading a book. So chic. And let's not just stop there. I think reading the classics is so fabulous. The classics are classics for a reason, and they are kind of someone's backstory for a future inspiration. So when I started reading classics, I went through like a classics kick a couple years ago where for 2 years I only read books that were, at least 6 years old, which I understand is not for everyone and is kind of pretentious. I just wanted to be able to understand what they were about and be able to say, oh, I've read Kurt Vonnegut and I think this about it. That's not for everyone, and I understand. But I think reading the classics does give insight to culture and history and references that you may not have known before you read a certain classic book. And then you'll say, oh, now I know where that comes from. And I just like that wink. I like understanding that. Extra credit if you have a physical bookmark. I have this leather embossed bookmark that has my initials in it. I mean, it's literally monogrammed. It's so chic. Becoming a connoisseur of a selected specialty product. Learning about something that you are interested in and then opting to choose the specialty version of that product. So I like to opt for something that I consume and enjoy every day, and that is not too expensive. I enjoy specialty coffee. Yes, specialty coffee is more expensive than like normal bag of Folgers, but it's so fun to become knowledgeable about what makes it specialty. You learn about the climate of each region where coffee is grown, all of the culture and their customs surrounding the coffee, how to create a perfect cup of coffee, what a good quality bean tastes like. But things like coffee, like that is very doable. I mean, it's much more attainable than, for example, investing in a collection of like Birkin bags where, yeah, it's a specialty product and you will learn about it, but like that is very unattainable for most people. Whereas like having something simple that you can enjoy every day and that feels luxurious, like a cup of coffee, is such a great way to elevate your life. Having clean hair. Don't come at me, but I just think that if your hair is greasy, it is really hard to look put together. I'm sorry. There is something so lovely about hair that moves and shines and bounces. And if it's greasy, this is just not possible. Like, greasy hair doesn't have that kind of a body to it. But like my hair gets greasy in 2 days. I have to wash my hair every other day. After listening to dermatologists online and also my mother, who's a hairstylist, it is a myth that you can train your hair to not be greasy. That's not how your oil glands function. Having shiny, clean hair, like it's unparalleled. Okay, shaking up a perfect martini or a signature cocktail for guests that come into your home. There is nothing more fabulous than absolutely like perfecting a drink that you can just like pour like no other when someone comes to your house. I know how to make a great martini, and every time someone comes to my house, after I offer them water, very chic, having good hosting etiquette, I'll make a video about it, and offering your guests water whenever they come to your house or a drink. So after I give them water, I say, let me make you a drink. And I ask them what they like. I say, I make a great martini, but what do you drink? They say a martini. I will make them a gorgeous martini. I put down a coaster. I shake and pour my martini into a beautiful martini glass that I have. They're collectibles that we've collected throughout the years. And it tastes and looks like it should cost $20. Next one is philanthropy. There's a reason why every like rich lady in the movies is involved with philanthropic interests. It's a caricature of like a rich lady who volunteers. Okay, so jokes aside though, there is something really elegant about volunteer work. It demonstrates the ability that you are able to donate your most precious commodity, which is your time, like we spoke about, to a cause that you're passionate about. That is really, really chic. Actually volunteer for something that you truly care about. There are certain causes that I find important, but my heart does not call to them for me to donate my time. I personally care about children, and I feel very excited to volunteer my time to causes surrounding children. Not everyone's going to feel this way. Choose something that you're interested in, and then go find a nonprofit to volunteer for and donate your time to it. You will also likely meet very cool characters doing so. There are very interesting people that are involved in philanthropic pursuits, and you might make some very cool friends. But also, more importantly, you'll be doing something that you care about. Staying out of the sun. And no, I don't mean like avoiding the sun at all costs as if it's your nemesis. Like, we need to be in the sun. It makes us happy. It gives us that vitamin D. We all know it. But like, taking care of your skin and not just like baking your skin in the sun. Sun will give you wrinkles and cancer. Use your sun exposure sparingly and wisely. I think it's pretty chic also to be like I think about Nicole Kidman, also chic in general, but like I think of Nicole Kidman in that movie. I think she was like Jennifer Aniston, where she's like, oh, I don't want to get a moonburn. That's ridiculous. That was funny, but like, yeah, it's kind of chic to be like, oh, I need to reapply my sunscreen, or like to wear a sun hat. I got this hat from Eric Javits. I don't want to put it on right now because I don't want my hair to get messed up, but like it looks so chic, and I think that just like Not wanting to be in the sun is chic. Having a clean handbag. Having a handbag that is littered with like loose pieces of hair and candy wrappers and crumpled up receipts and like something gummy and dirty on the bottom and loose quarters, etc., is just it doesn't help our persona of elegance. Clear them out, make sure that there's not trash in them. Like, we don't want to carry around trash. So I think that having a very clean handbag that is well cared for is very chic. This is my last one. My last one is handwritten thank you notes. Kind of ties into one of my first points with postcards, but I think that a handwritten thank you note that you took the time to physically write out yourself, put into the mail, and send off to a loved one or an acquaintance that you're grateful for is very considerate. If you have initialed or personalized stationery, I mean, how fabulous is that? It's like, let's bring back this custom. It's such good manners and it's also so thoughtful. So that I'm leaving off with that one, tying back to the etiquette. Thank you so much for watching my very first YouTube video. If you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. And please, I'd be so eternally grateful if you follow me on Instagram at ZKE Zella. I'm trying to grow my community and my platform, and it would be really great if you followed me. So thank you so much for watching, and let me know if you'd like a part 2. I have endless thoughts on this. So yeah, bye.